One of the nice things about this is when it's displayed, you've got lots of really great surfaces to work on, but you've also got a really, really stable card. So a big part of this design and what we're doing here is all about stability. So this is how the card is going to get assembled. First of all, you're going to take the back panel and you've got a score line on there. So we'll take off the tape and that's going to get glued to the front panel. The front panel has also got a score line in it, and the score line on the front panel comes back like that. This then comes back into the card like that, and that then folds over like that, so that you can see that concertina effect. The next thing that I need to do is take the other panel, and this is going to be centered in on this side. So it's going to sit like this. Lift up that score line and that's going to fold in. That in its own right is a great little card shape. So let's now do some mats and layers. So we're going to mat and layer inside and on these panels. So the first mat and layer that I'm going to put on is this one. And this actually frames the design, makes that back more sturdy. Again, you can see how that starts to come together. The second one, which is more rectangular, so we're bringing in squares and rectangles, and I'm just going to lift this because I haven't got it stuck perfectly straight. If this happens to you, of course, with your scan and cut, you're going to go in, if you do spoil the piece of card, and cut another panel. But I'm hoping that I can get this to release without me damaging the card too much. Okay, so let's look at this. We've got some pieces where I've taken off the cardstock and I've got some areas where I've got it stuck to the bottom. Rather than refilm this, I'm going to show you what I would do to put this right. We didn't touch this side of the card. So because we're working with rectangles and squares, I actually think I would be quite happy to be able to do that and just see that I'm creating more angles. So rather than feel like I've wasted it completely, I'm going to use that as an opportunity to do something a little bit more interesting. So this panel could be sitting in there, or it could at the same time sit on the front of here. And so I'm going to put it onto the front, as you can see. And I'm actually now taking advantage of that design feature I've created on both of those. Let's put these in place. So there's one of the panels. That's going to, again, sit down nicely, making sure that we avoid those score lines because that, again, is something that's important. And then open this up, close that down, and there's our front. When we come to display it, tuck that inside, and we've got a great little card that tucks in perfectly.